Imagine your sleep cycle as a perfectly tuned orchestra. Every night, your brain conducts a delicate symphony of deep sleep, REM cycles, and restorative rest. Now, when sugar enters the scene, it's like someone cranking up static interference during the performance. The rhythm breaks, the harmony fades. Excess sugar doesn't just give you energy crashes during the day, it quietly sabotages the very architecture of your sleep, night after night, without you ever realizing it. Most people blame stress or caffeine for their 3 a.m. wake-ups, but sugar is often the hidden culprit. Quitting sugar for just 30 days gives your sleep cycle a chance to recalibrate, like finally letting that orchestra play without disruption. But here's the real twist. The first 72 hours reveal more about your sleep health than you ever imagined. The first 72 hours are often the hardest. Many people experience headaches, irritability, and intense cravings. You might find yourself reaching for that afternoon cookie out of habit, or feeling unusually foggy during your morning commute. Some people even report worse sleep initially, tossing and turning more than usual. It's frustrating, and it's tempting to think you're doing something wrong. But here's the truth. This discomfort isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign that your body is adjusting. Here's what's actually happening inside. For years, your body has been riding an insulin roller coaster. Every time you consumed sugar, your blood glucose spiked, triggering a surge of insulin to bring it back down. Then came the crash. That 3 a.m. wake-up you've been experiencing. It's often triggered by blood sugar dropping too low in the middle of the night, signaling your body to release cortisol and adrenaline to stabilize things. This creates a vicious cycle. High sugar leads to insulin spikes, which leads to crashes, which disrupts your sleep architecture, particularly REM sleep, the stage where your brain processes emotions and memories. When glucose levels fluctuate wildly, your brain struggles to maintain the stable environment it needs for deep, restorative rest. Now, during these first 72 hours, that roller coaster is finally coming to a stop. Your body is recalibrating. It's learning to run on steady, clean energy, instead of the rocket fuel of sugar highs and crashes. Your insulin levels are beginning to stabilize. Your cortisol, which has been chronically elevated from those midnight blood sugar drops, is starting to regulate. It's like your body has been running on a flickering power source, and now it's switching to a steady current. The transition feels uncomfortable because your brain is literally rewiring its fuel system. But here's the fascinating part. While you may feel worse on the outside, deep inside, your sleep architecture is already beginning to stabilize. Your brain is no longer being jolted awake by glucose crashes. The inflammatory response triggered by sugar is starting to quiet down. This isn't suffering. This is resetting. It's your body remembering how sleep is supposed to work when it's not constantly interrupted by blood sugar chaos. The first 72 hours aren't the enemy. They're the beginning of something better. Now let's talk about what's actually happening to your sleep architecture. Think of slow-wave sleep as your brain's overnight cleaning crew. Every night, during the deepest stages of sleep, your brain clears out metabolic waste, consolidates memories, and repairs neural pathways. It's the most restorative phase of your sleep cycle. Without enough of it, you wake up feeling like you never truly rested, no matter how many hours you spent in bed. Here's where sugar becomes the problem. When you consume sugar, especially in the evening, your blood glucose spikes rapidly. This triggers a surge of insulin to bring those levels back down. But that insulin surge doesn't just affect your blood sugar. It also triggers the release of cortisol, a stress hormone that's supposed to help you wake up in the morning, not keep you alert at night. High cortisol levels disrupt both REM sleep, where you process emotions and memories, and slow-wave sleep, where your body does its deepest repair work. Your circadian rhythm is like a precise Swiss watch. Sugar is like pouring soda into the gears. Everything gets sticky, misaligned, and unreliable. The evidence backs this up. A study from Columbia University found that people who consumed higher amounts of sugar and refined carbohydrates experienced significantly reduced slow-wave sleep and more frequent nighttime awakenings. That late-night bowl of ice cream, it's not just adding calories, it's stealing the very sleep stage your brain needs most. Another study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that diets high in sugar increase the risk of insomnia. Americans already struggle to get the recommended 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Sugar makes it worse. It's like trying to charge your phone with a flickering power source. You might plug it in for 8 hours, but the charge never holds because the connection keeps cutting out. That's what sugar does to your sleep. You might lie in bed for 8 hours, but your brain never gets the deep, uninterrupted restoration it needs. You wake up groggy, reach for more sugar for energy, and the cycle continues. But here's the fascinating part. Within just the first week of cutting sugar, your body starts to recalibrate. Your insulin levels stabilize. Your cortisol rhythm begins to normalize. Your brain starts spending more time in slow-wave sleep, the stage it's been deprived of for so long. You're not just sleeping longer, you're sleeping better. The architecture of your sleep is rebuilding itself, brick by brick, night by night. This isn't opinion. This is measurable biology, and it happens faster than most people realize. So what actually changes week by week? By week 2, many people notice they're falling asleep faster. That restless hour of tossing and turning, staring at the ceiling, checking the clock. It starts to fade. You might find yourself drifting off within 15 or 20 minutes of lying down, instead of the usual 45. Those 3 a.m. wake-ups become less frequent. You stop reaching for your phone in the middle of the night, scrolling through social media, because you can't get back to sleep. Here's why. Your insulin regulation is finally kicking in. Without the constant sugar spikes, your blood glucose stays stable throughout the night. That means no more midnight cortisol surges pulling you out of deep sleep. Your body is learning to trust that fuel will be steady, predictable, reliable. By week 3, something remarkable happens. You start waking up feeling actually refreshed. For most Americans, waking up tired is so normal we've forgotten what well-rested even feels like. We hit snooze 5 times, drag ourselves out of bed, and reach for coffee like it's oxygen. But now, your alarm goes off and you feel ready. Your Fitbit or Apple Watch shows longer stretches of deep sleep. Your sleep score climbs from the 60s into the 80s. It's like your internal clock finally synchronized after years of running on broken time. This is your circadian rhythm optimizing. When blood sugar is stable, your body can follow its natural rhythm without constant disruption. Melatonin production becomes more efficient. Cortisol drops at the right time in the evening and rises naturally in the morning. You're not fighting your biology anymore. You're working with it. By day 30, your sleep cycle has fundamentally improved. You fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling like you actually slept. You stop needing that 2 p.m. coffee just to survive the afternoon. That groggy, foggy feeling that used to linger until noon. Gone. This isn't just about feeling better. The architecture of your sleep has changed. When you eliminate refined sugar and keep blood glucose stable, your brain spends more time in slow-wave sleep, the deepest, most restorative stage. Your REM cycles become longer and less interrupted. Your entire sleep structure rebuilds itself into what it was designed to be. You might wonder, is this real? Many people report these exact changes. They describe it as finally remembering what normal sleep feels like. Some say it's like upgrading from economy to business class sleep. You're still sleeping the same number of hours, but the quality makes all the difference. This isn't placebo. This is biology. Your body has spent weeks recalibrating insulin sensitivity, stabilizing cortisol rhythms, and repairing the disruptions that sugar caused to your circadian system. The improvements you're experiencing are measurable, documented, and entirely physiological. Here's the truth. 30 days isn't magic. It's simply giving your body time to remember how sleep is supposed to work. For years, sugar kept your system in chaos. Now, for the first time in a long time, your body has the stability it needs to do what it does best. Restore, repair, rejuvenate, and you feel the difference every single morning. You might wonder, what happens after 30 days? Here's the truth most people don't talk about. 30 days proves it works. What you do after determines if it lasts. Some people finish the month, feel amazing, then slowly slide back into old habits. The morning pastry returns. The afternoon soda becomes routine again. And within weeks, the sleep problems creep back. The 3 a.m. wake-ups, the grogginess, the dependency on caffeine just to function. It all comes back, gradually, quietly, until you're right where you started. But others choose differently. They realize that the benefits they experienced weren't just a temporary reset. They were a glimpse of how their body is designed to function when it's not constantly fighting sugar disruption. These are the people who maintain low sugar habits long term, and the improvements in their sleep become permanent. When blood sugar stays stable over months and years, your circadian rhythm remains optimized. Your risk of developing chronic insomnia drops significantly. Your metabolic health improves as a bonus, reducing your chances of conditions that further disrupt sleep as you age. Here's what this looks like in practice. You don't have to become a sugar monk. You don't have to swear off dessert forever or never enjoy a celebration. This isn't about perfection. It's about breaking the daily dependency. Yes, you can have birthday cake, absolutely enjoy dessert on special occasions, but your daily Starbucks Frappuccino, that venti caramel macchiato, with extra whipped cream every single morning. That's the real sleep killer. The difference is between occasional treats and constant consumption. One allows your body to maintain stable rhythms. The other keeps you trapped in the cycle. This is about choosing sleep quality over temporary sweetness. It's about recognizing that those few seconds of sugar satisfaction aren't worth the hours of restless sleep, the foggy mornings, and the long-term damage to your health. Your sleep is too valuable to sacrifice for sugar. You won't even remember tasting an hour later. The power is entirely in your hands. Every choice you make at the grocery store, every decision at the coffee shop, every time you reach for a snack, you're choosing what kind of sleep you'll have tonight, tomorrow, and for years to come. Choose wisely. So here's what science tells us. Sugar disrupts your sleep architecture. Removing it allows your body to optimize how you rest. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the foundation of everything else in your life. Your energy, your focus, your mood, your health. 30 days of cutting sugar, a lifetime of better sleep. That's a trade worth making. Your body already knows how to sleep well. You just have to stop flooding it with sugar and let it do what it was designed to do. If this helped you see sleep differently, share it with someone who needs better rest. After all, great days start with great nights.